Back in 2022, TikTok literally deleted my whole account. They erased it from the platform. I'm not even joking. And the reason they banned me was because I was talking about the history of Russia and Ukraine. That's it. It wasn't no misinformation. It was factual information that you could search up on Google and all the other sources. But still, and I managed to get my account back, but still, it's just mad. Back then, they cared so much about optics and how it looked. And they still do care about optics to a certain degree. But fast forward to May 2026, today, the game has completely changed. Because today, they just need to bury you. Burials are silent. They've already buried you. Bans were loud. They made people angry. They turned content creators into martyrs. And I can't lie, back when I got banned, people were mad that I got banned. And back then, I wasn't even that popping. But still, I had a bunch of supporters and followers that were angry that I got banned off the app. If you're wondering why you're not seeing me on your feed as much, it's not because you've unfollowed me. It's not because you stopped liking my post. Or maybe it is. And if that's the case, then screw you, okay? If you unfollow me or stop liking my shit, then screw you, okay? But no, the reason you're not seeing me as much is because the app is keeping you in the dark. You see what I did there with the transition? I went light and then dark, yeah? Nice. We're poor, so we can't afford special effects. That's why you need to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So, I can make some money on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can get better editors than that, because I be editing myself and doing this freaking DIY special effects, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Just like and subscribe to the channel, man. It's for free, man. Come on, man. They're keeping you in the dark with the content and the information that they don't want you to see. And in today's video, I'm going to show you who done this and why they are doing this. And why you keep seeing stupid AI garbage and slop on your feed. Because they're using it as a weapon against you. So why are we talking about this today, specifically this month? Well, this month's very important because as of this month, the trust layer protocol of the new internet laws are officially in full effect. If your social media feed feels a bit different lately, it feels cleaner and incredibly hollow, that's not accident. That's by design. Because you see, while most people are distracted by the AI garbage and slop on the feed, information now has been completely gutted from the social media algorithm. The gatekeepers, the media companies, and the government realized one important thing, which was they could not win this war for information. They couldn't control what you're seeing and what you get to see. They realized that they couldn't win the war by kicking off content creators off the internet. They realized that. So they did something so much smarter than just banning these content creators. Instead, they decided to change the algorithm, to not promote them, to not push them out. The algorithm now is acting like a digital bodyguard. Border patrol, you know what I'm saying? Your algorithm now is moving like a digital bodyguard and deciding what information you get to see and if you're even allowed to cross over and be able to speak about stuff that you want to speak about. And you see, the mainstream media view is quite simple. If you can still post, then be grateful and shut up. You shouldn't be complaining. You still have access to the social media side. Why are you complaining if you're still able to post and make your videos? Why are you still complaining if you can still post and make your videos? That's the old world logic from around 2018, 2022 times. But we saw the great deplatforming of so many creators, where huge names were getting kicked off the internet overnight. That time was an absolute PR disaster for tech giants because it started to make them look like they were political activists. It made them look like they were pushing their own political narratives and agenda. So the legacy media and the people in charge decided to pivot. They realized that if you had 1 million followers, but the app only showed your videos to around 5,000 of your followers, that effectively makes you invisible. But because you're not banned and you're still able to post, you can't complain. Because you're still able to post, people won't look at it like they're trying to silence you or suppress you. They're going to look at it like you just fell off. Like your content isn't hitting the same as how it used to hit. And people call this authoritative source weighting. It's basically a fancy name to say that the algorithm is rigged. It's been designed specifically to do this. YouTube, Meta have manually changed their algorithms. Now, to be fair to these social media companies, I don't necessarily think they're out here trying to censor people for political takes. They don't really care. All they care about is how much money that they can make. They want to make the most money as possible. So by censoring people, this actually hurts their brand model because they actually make money from getting as much data as possible and by extracting as much data as possible from their customers and their users. A lot of the reason why this has actually changed is because of legacy media and the governments, worldwide governments wanting to have more control over what their people see. And this isn't just a theory. Like in the UK, they have the UK Safety Act, which, it's a whole big debacle to see certain websites and news articles. To read the news on certain pages, you need to have scanned in your ID. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, I know, so it's wild. But the government says that if these companies do not enforce this digital ID, enforce the Online Safety Act, that they actually get fined and could get punished for that as well. So this is why these social media companies are more incentivized to do this. Instead of fighting me or even fighting you, they've just decided to hide what you see. And this is very expensive for the platforms. And like I said before, if the platforms do not comply, then they get fined 10% of their global income, which is kind of ridiculous, fam. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? The companies are incentivized not to lose their global income. So they're going to enforce this Online Safety Act. They're going to enforce these rules that the government want to enforce. And the reason that the social media companies don't really hesitate is because they know that us, the consumers, the social media users, most people aren't going to care about this. They don't care. They don't really react to this. They're going to consume the AI slop, the AI garbage videos. They're going to consume all of the distractions on social media, and they're not going to react to the censorship. They might get a bit annoyed for 1 or 2 minutes, but it's okay, because guess what happens? After one scroll, they just forget about it and just go back to watching their videos. And it's kind of funny because remember, we was actually told that the new social media platform owners would save us. Freedom of speech was saved. All the peasants and the freaking bums, they all came together and they started cheering. They started celebrating. Yes, we will finally be able to say what we want to say. But guess what? The new owners of these social media platforms still have bosses. The advertisers are the ones that actually pay these companies money directly to promote their products or their companies on these platforms. And if these companies don't like what the platform's promoting, then they're going to pull their money. So from a social media platform owner's perspective, you have to think of it logically. Like, what are you going to pick and prioritize? Are you going to pick the one social media content creator that's telling the truth? Or are you going to pick 10, 20 million potential revenue coming in? Obviously, you should pick the person that's telling the truth. And that's the right thing to do. But this is business for these people. They only care about money. They don't care about the truth. But there is a second part to this burial that is hard to admit, that nobody really wants to admit. And it's the part that hurts the most, because it's not just the government that's doing this. It's not just the government that's pushing me or any other creator down, right? And suppressing the information. It's not just them, but it's the fact that the system has been created. The system has trained the public to stop respecting quality. They don't respect quality. People nowadays, a lot of people don't respect quality. Look at your feed in 2026. We are drowning in AI slop, soulless fake videos that take 5 seconds to make, no thought put into it. Other people making stupid videos, doing crazy shit. Again, no value there, right? It's just dopamine hits. And if you don't believe me, you can actually check the Reuters 2026 digital media report actually stated that human-made content is being outproduced by automated content. When I spend weeks researching a topic or checking facts and risking my livelihood to bring you a real perspective, I'm competing against a machine that is designed to keep you scrolling without thinking. This is the ultimate burial. They don't have to burn the books if they can just convince you that stupid stuff is more fun to look at. And I feel it. I know other creators feel it as well. Pause. Our work isn't being valued. It isn't really being truly appreciated. It's being treated like a problem that the algorithm needs to solve. They want to turn a high quality human insight into a luxury that the algorithm refuses to deliver. They want you to settle for slop. Because the people that consume slop don't ask questions. They don't notice when their rights are getting stripped away from them. And this isn't just a story that I read in a book. This is my life. In 2022, TikTok nuked me. They deleted and completely erased my account just like that, purely because they were pressured to do that. A couple of months ago, the new account that I made got its final warning for the exact same thing, fact-checking and correcting misinformation about history. It got its final strike. It gave me a warning saying that I was going to be banned if I got another strike. Is this video worth it? They want you to question, is this video worth losing my job, my platform, my voice? Is it worth it? That's what they want you to think about when they give you these warnings, these strikes, or upright even ban you completely. And if you don't believe me, just look at the numbers. Most of the content that you see nowadays that is getting heavily promoted and pushed is toxic, or, it doesn't really provide any positive value to the world. So of course, they are incentivizing you to post this type of content because it's not causing problems. You get more benefits, you get more brand deals, more money, more opportunities. If you talk about the truth and you correct misinformation and you're factually and accurately correct, then they penalize you, they punish you for that. You're getting manipulated because whenever you post these truth-telling videos or videos that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, don't really align with the mainstream narrative that people are trying to push, your views drop significantly. And that's not only because of the algorithm. Like I stated before, we as consumers and users have to take responsibility and accountability for this. If we are going to get entertained by AI slop and garbage consistently, then we are to blame for this, as well as everybody else who is trying to control the algorithm. And if you don't care about this now, then you should care. Because if they control what you see, they can control what you choose. If you only see what official sources want you to see, then you aren't living in a free world anymore. You're living in a feedback loop. Your family's security and your future depend on knowing the truth, not just the safe version of it. They want you distracted by the stupid stuff that you see online, so you don't notice the walls being built around your mind. It's time to stop being a passive consumer and start being an active participant. And here's exactly what happens next. Mark my words. By the end of 2026, organic reach will be dead. Unless you are whitelisted by a government-approved agency, your post will reach exactly 0 people. Well, not 0 people. Probably your mom, your freaking cousin that you send every single post to. They're probably going to interact with it. But your reach is effectively going to be dwindled by the end of 2026. Number 2, your devices will start policing you. You'll try and click a link and your browser will give you a warning saying website unverified. Or they might even say you can't go on this website unless you scan your ID or passport in. And then once the feed is completely locked off, then the burial will happen in your private chats. We are already seeing laws getting put in place for them to be able to scan your DMs, your direct messages for harmful ideas. Now, in theory, harmful ideas and scanning them out, that's a good thing, right? But what is a harmful idea? What do they deem as a harmful idea? Is it just violence? Is it just extremism? Or is it just your freedom? So it's a simple choice, really. It's either you think the government and big media gets to decide whether or not you see the truth, or you decide whether or not you get to see the truth. So which one is it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I said before, they don't need to ban you. They just need to make sure that your content is never seen.